That's so brilliant! This video is sponsored by Case Filters.
A final photograph with a prominent mountain in the distance and a lake in front, subtle fog above the water surface, and the morning light shining through the fog, illuminating everything in such a pleasant warm tone.
I'm in my office, darling. I'm doing landscape photography. I've brought everything in setup already. I just have to expose. Okay. Now, let's make the click.
Hi my friends, very nice to see you. It is amazing what artificial intelligence, AI, is able to do already. I wrote here on my laptop how I want to get my image and the AI simply made it exactly like that. And let me show you the image quickly. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, for any reason the swans don't look like swans, but I think in some years or so it will be possible to get a high resolution image where really everything works. Some time ago, one image created by an AI even won already an art contest. And this raises the question, is this the end of photography? Will photography be replaced by artificial intelligence in the future? I made a poll recently where I asked you what you think which effect AI could have for our photography, and the result I have to say was quite shocking to me. 40% of photographers fear that photography will get destroyed by artificial intelligence. 40%, and that's really much. So how does the future of photography really look? Should we better sell our camera on eBay or so, as long as anyone wants to pay money therefore? Or are these fears maybe completely unnecessary? Well, I think, first of all, we should make a difference in the type of photography. You know, I am a landscape photography. I like to create fine art photographs from landscapes. I sell prints, I engage with art already my whole life. So I ask myself the question, can an image created by an AI be art actually? Now, by using an AI for generating images, we create something new. We are able to express emotions and to convey mood. We just need to be very precise when we are describing the AI what to generate. We also need the integrity of the artist for getting a piece of art. And the thing is, all that is given. The integrity of the artist is done by the description the artist gives to the AI. It is just, I try to create more images by using an AI, but to be honest, when I'm looking at my photos, which I have taken with my camera, I can enjoy them. They are endlessly produced when I'm engaging with them. I'm really in love with my photographs. But when I look at the image I've created with, just with using an AI, I don't feel that I would have produced anything fantastic or so. I'm not proud about this image. It feels more like I would be a fraud or so when I'm showing this image to anyone else. It doesn't feel like art to me. I think this is maybe something totally different, not comparable with fine art photography. I mean, it is not necessary to create art from something that really exists. We are able to do that in fine art photography too, but it is not necessary. Art can be fictive as well. Just think about a painter painting a fantastic image out of his head. I mean, the painter needs to learn the craft, using his brushes and so, to be able to paint. You don't need that when using an AI for creating an image. There is really no craft necessary at all. I'm not sure, but that's maybe also the reason why I really feel totally bad when I'm creating an image with an AI. However, let's have a look at photographers. Same as for painters, also photographers need to learn craft. I mean, we need to learn how to use a camera, which settings to use for all the different situations out in the field. But let's be honest, how difficult is it actually to use a camera? And from the point of view of crafting, it is much more difficult to paint than using a camera, right? Using a camera is even quite easy, I have to say, but fine art photographs get anyway appreciated by so many people. It has got established as art meanwhile. And I would even say a good fine art photograph is on eye level do a good painting. Because it is not all about the craft. The craft can also be appreciated, of course, but it is more all about the composition, the light, the storytelling, and all these things. Now, what about image created by an AI? Are they also on eye level to photography? I mean, describing to an AI how we want to get our image is much easier than to photograph, at least from the point of view of handcrafting. But an art history background is definitely useful for getting a better result, independent on the way how the image got crafted in the end. I mean, don't get me wrong here, it is definitely a difference if I say to the AI just something like, yeah, surprise me by a nice mountain photo or something like that, or if I would describe totally in detail how the image should look. What I think is, creating images by an AI has a right to exist, but it is a totally different sport. It has nothing to do with painting, and it has nothing to do with photography. Leave me a comment below why you are a landscape photographer, or in case you are a photographer of any other genre of photography, leave me a comment below why you love to photograph what you love. And while you're writing, let me quickly explain to you why I am a landscape photographer. And yeah, I mean, you saw it in my funny intro. I described to the AI the image I wanted to get through, but if this would be photography of the future, that would miss a really important thing for me, and this is the adventure. And don't get me wrong here, I love to create fine art photographs. I also love the images I get. I love to print them. But it would be much easier for me just to buy a nice photo anywhere on the internet instead of going out early in the morning when I'm tired, dealing with the risk that the weather doesn't come as predicted. But when we break it down, that's exactly what makes a good adventure, doesn't it? We need to risk. We need even to be tired in the morning. We need to fail to appreciate our results. We need to enjoy our photography adventures. We need to appreciate even everything that doesn't work as it should. I love the adventure with all its upsides, but also with all its downsides. The photograph I get in the end is just a cherry on top. So, sorry, but I don't think that artificial intelligence will destroy landscape photography. It is just something totally different. I got a comment by Eric in the poll I mentioned, and he brought it really to the point. He said, I have no problem at all with image creation by an AI as long as it isn't called photography. And yeah, I mean, that's the point, isn't it? Just think about top sports. Top sports existed already in the ancient Greece. Just think about the origin of the Olympic Games. And today it still exists. And this although there appeared a kind of top sports by computer games. And 20 years ago top athletes also feared getting replaced by gamers. And today there exist multiple virtual world championships in different virtual sports and disciplines. But the good old top sports done by humans still exists. The question is why? And the answer is because humans appreciate what other humans are able to do. So what I think is, yes, image creation by artificial intelligence will maybe establish. Maybe there will even come own competitions just for AI creation. But I can't imagine that photography competitions would allow photos created by an AI. For many competitions, it is already today required to send them the raw files when you get a finalist, because image manipulation is something that exists already for decades, and I don't see a big difference here to AI creation, to be honest. And social media, let's talk about that. I could believe that there will come some social media accounts where AI images are shared, but as Eric said, as long as it is not called photography, I don't have a problem with that. A lot of the images you see on social media today are just produced by designers on Photoshop. And this already for years. They have never held a camera in their hands. Do you have a problem with that? I don't care about that, to be honest. And some of those Photoshoppers are even quite good, I have to say, and I even appreciate what they do from an art history point of view, but it is not photography. It is something totally different. Now, will fine art photographers get replaced by artificial intelligence? Absolutely no. I strongly believe in the coexistence between painters, photographers, photoshoppers and AI creators, or however we want to call them. And also for the other genres of photography, just think about wedding photographers, for instance. They can't be replaced by an AI. That's simply not possible. the bridal pair wants to get reportage photos of their own marriage and not any fictive image created by an AI. Also, sports photographers or any other reportage photographers can't be replaced. Portrait photographers can't be replaced. It is all about photographing the soul of a specific person, and this can just be done by a really good portrait photographer who feels into the person, who understands the person. The only genre I could imagine that AI could maybe gain ground is advertisement images. But I also don't think that advertisement photographers will get replaced. Yeah, I mean, bigger companies want to get the image from an expert, so they will still hire a good photographer for doing the job, photographing advertisement photographs. But smaller companies instead either photograph their advertisement photos anyway by themselves, or they buy stock images. Stock images are maybe the only area of photography where I think it could be that this section could lose a bit of market due to AI creation. Yeah, I mean, in some years when AIs got that good, that the results are clean, that you can determine swans on an image. Yeah, for a website creator, for instance, it would simply be easier to describe to an AI which image he needs instead of searching for hours after a fitting image on any stock image market. Leave me a comment below if you see also any other areas of photography where it could be realistic that photographers could be replaced by an AI. In my opinion, for the majority of photographers, there will be not any changes due to artificial intelligence. However, I don't think that we should start to hate everything that has to do with AI. Artificial intelligence can do more than just image creation. I mean, it is still in its children's shoes, but it can anyway help us to research and maybe even to support us to learn or even to improve photography. And I made already a video about that, and I will link it here for you. My friends, I hope you liked this video. If yes, please give me a thumb up. Don't forget to tune in next week. There will come a fantastic video as well. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.